Hi everyone, it's Mary Kay here, and I'm the Grammy from Grammy Square, also known sometimes as Mary Kay's Magic. Today I'm going to show you how to make this blossom with embossed stitches. You can see it's got lots and lots of texture. These embossed stitches are made from front post double crochets and back post double crochets most of the time. What we'll need for this particular pattern is our crochet hook, a needle, and scissors. And this pink isn't showing up very well, so we're going to use a nice purple instead. So let's get started. We'll be starting with the magic circle, and I will have a link in the description for this video if you need help with that. So I'm going to go through this fairly quickly. I'm just going to create our magic circle. We'll be putting 8 puff stitches into our magic circle. So as a quick review on puff stitches, be sure you're working down the side of the loop that's got the 2 strands of yarn. Then from our working yarn, yarn over, pull up a loop, make it kind of tall so that when we pull through in a minute, it will be easier. So that's 1, do it again, 2, 3, and 4. And yarn over, pull through all of them at once, chain 1 to close, and then 1 more chain 1. And we'll do that 7 more times, and then I'll meet you at the end of this round. With 8 puff stitches in our magic circle, now we can pull it tight. So pull the tail till it comes together. Then we will slip stitch into the top of the first one and slip stitch into the chain 1 space that we have between each of them. We're going to create a cluster of stitches right here, and they will be a single crochet, half double crochet, 5 double crochets, half double crochet, and a single crochet. And they'll all go into this space right here. And as you're working on this, it will get a little bit crowded. So what you want to do is push these stitches over so everything will fit. Repeat that pattern all the way around in each of these other chain 1 spaces between the puff stitches. You can see that all these stitches made it kind of roughly, but that's good because we do want to have a lot of texture on this. At the end of this round, then, we'll just slip stitch into that first chain like that. And then we're going to create a platform to build on the rest of our project where we'll have the embossed stitches. So to do that, I'm going to turn it over like this. So this is the back side. And I'm going to put a series of chain stitches around it. And there will be 6 of them all together. And we've got 8 segments, so each one will be about 1.5 or so. What I'm going to do is chain 2. And then kind of bending this over a little bit, I'm going to put a slip stitch in about 1/6 of the way across. So that's 1 and 2. So not quite that much. And then I'll pick up a loop, the slip stitch, and then chain 2 again. And to go over to another loop and get close to the middle here. Chain 2, and again. And that should be about halfway around. The third one should be halfway around, so that would be like right here. And then we'll repeat for the last 3. So chain 2, slip stitch into one of these loops. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be perfect here. And then we'll slip stitch into that first place here, right here. Okay, that was probably the hardest part. So looking at it like this now, in the center of our blossom, we've got 6 chain two spaces. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, the next thing we're going to do is start to put in some double crochets into these chain 2 spaces. So I'm going to fold my flower over like that so I can see the back. And then there's my first chain 2 space. I'm just going to chain 2. That's an elevation stitch. It will not count as a stitch. And then I'll put 2 double crochets. In that chain 2 space, chain 1, in the next chain 2 space, 2 double crochets, chain 1. In each chain 2 space, place 2 double crochets and then a space 1, and repeat that all the way around. And then we'll slip stitch into that first chain, the elevation chain. And that is that round. And so what you've got here, if you just kind of move these petals out of the way, is a thing that looks like this. Next round, we'll chain 2, that's our elevation. Chain does not count as a stitch. It just brings us up to the place where we can start to put in our front post double crochets. So we are going to yarn over, insert your hook through the post from front to back to front, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and that's our first front post double crochet. We're going to do another one in the same stitch. So yarn over, go through that same post, front to back to front, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So now where there was just 1 stitch, we've got 2. Okay, now we've got 1 more double crochet, and we're going to put 2 front post double crochets in that stitch as well. That's 1 and 2. Now we come to the chain 1 space, and this is actually going to be the corner. All these chain 1 spaces will be corners. To start that, we're just going to put a regular double crochet in that space. So there's the space, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Repeat this pattern all the way around, putting 2 front post double crochets in each of the double crochets, and in the corners 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. This is a good time to check your work. I know it looks really messy at this point, but it will get better. So on the top we have our original center. Turn this around and you'll see the embossed stitches that we're working on. Each one of these sections has 4 stitches. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Each corner has double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then all the way around like that. As we go, it's going to become a little bit less complicated. And again, I'll chain 2. That's the next elevation chain for the next round. We'll be increasing on this round just in the first and the last stitches. So in the first stitch, do a front post double crochet, and another one in that same stitch. And then we've got 2 front post double crochets, and we'll just put a regular front post double crochet in those. The increases will just be on the first and the last stitches of the section. And that's the last stitch there, so we'll put 2 front post double crochets right there. Increased. Now we're at the corner. This time we're going to do a back post double crochet. To do that, instead of going in the front post or the front of the post, this time we're going in the back of the post like that. So this one will be from back to front to back. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that's a back post double crochet. Then we're in our chain 1 space, so that this will always be a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So each side of our hexagon now will have 6 front post double crochets, 1 back post double crochet in the corner, then a double crochet, chain 1 double crochet, and then another back post double crochet right there. And this is where you need to be really careful that you don't add stitches, because the next stitch is actually the elevation chain. So here's our elevation chain. This does not count as a stitch. Do not put a back post double crochet in that stitch. So it kind of looks like we could put a back post double crochet right there. Don't do that. It will add a stitch and then you'll be off. Don't worry that it's starting to look a little ruffled in the corners. As we work through this pattern, those will be resolved, so it won't be a problem. Starting the next round will also be an increase round, and again we're only going to increase on the first and the last stitches in this panel of front post double crochets. So this is the first stitch right here, and we've got these here, and this is the last one right here. So I chain 2, that's our elevation chain. All right. In the corner, we'll do our back post double crochets. This time we have 2 of them right there. And each round we'll be adding another one. So that's 1 and 2. Corner, double space, chain 1, double space, sorry, double crochet, not double space. And then another 2 back post double crochets. Let's go all the way around, finish this off. At the end of this round, it still looks really messy. There's a lot of ruffles and things, but it will resolve itself and turn out to be nice and flat. Don't give up. This isn't too hard. Once we have our main idea, then it's just a matter of continuing to, we're not going to immediately start decreasing though. We're just going to put a front post double crochet in each stitch across. Corner, we've got 1 extra stitch again, so we're going to do 3 back post double crochets. In the corner, 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. and then repeat that pattern all the way around. At the end of this round, just take a look at what we've got. You can see quite a bit of texture. It has taken a lot of yarn too, in case you hadn't noticed that. We're not going to be making any more increases on these sections. We're going to start to decrease on this next round. So I'm going to chain 2. That's our elevation chain. And then we're going to front post double crochet 2 together. Again, they will only be in the first and the last stitches. The other ones we're just going to do a regular front post double crochet. So this is how we're going to do that. Yarn over and go through that first post like we normally would. Pull up a loop and pull through 2 and then stop. And then we're going to yarn over and then go through the next post of the next stitch. Yarn over, pull through. Got 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2. And we've got 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3 of them, and that will be a decrease. So now this big stitch right here is just 1 stitch. Then we're going to do front post double crochet in the next stitches to the end. When we get to the last 2 stitches, we are going to front post double crochet them together. So here's our last 2 stitches. We'll do the same thing. Yarn over, go through the first post. Yarn over, pull through a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2. Then in the very last stitch, yarn over, go through the post. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we've got 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through all 3 of them at once. And that's going to start to decrease this section. Can tell that. On our corner, we've got another back post double crochet. Last round we had 3, now we'll have 4. In the corner space, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Then 4 back post double crochets on the other side of the corner. And continue that way around, decreasing on each side for the front post double crochets and increasing on the corner spaces. This next round, we are going to not increase or decrease on these front post double crochets. We're just going to put 1 front post double crochet in each one of them, but they look a little bit different. This is 1 stitch right here. It looks like it's got 2 posts on it though. This is where we decreased in the last round. And over here, it looks like there's still 2 stitches there, but this is only 1 stitch. So these 2 on the ends, that's 1, that's 2 stitches, and then 3, 4, 5, 6. So as we move across on the front post double crochets, be sure on the first one, we're picking up both of those posts, not just one of them because they have been joined. This would be 1, but they were joined in the last round. So this is what we're going to pick up right there. And that is 1. Let's take a minute now and check the work. We have 6 sides. At this point, we've got 6 front post double crochets across each of the sides. In the corner spaces, we have 5 back post double crochets, a double crochet, chain 1 double crochet, and then 5 back post double crochets. Again, as a reminder, when you're doing your back post double crochets at the end of the round, do not pick up that turning the elevation chain and make a back post double crochet out of it. This next round will be another decrease, and so I will make my 2 chains for the elevation. Then we've got 6 front post double crochets. We're going to have 4 at the end of this round, so we will be decreasing in the first 2 stitches here and here, and the last 2 stitches here and here. So basically what we've already done. Give us 4 front post double crochets in the front post double crochet section. In the corner, we'll be putting in 6 back post double crochets. Then in the space in the middle, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then 6 back posts. So let's finish this round. For the next round, we will elongate our leaves by not decreasing or increasing, but putting 4 front post double crochets across the top. So I'll add my elevation chain. Seven back post double crochets in the corner, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then on the other side of the corner, 7 back posts. This hexagon's getting pretty big. We just have 2 rows to go, and both of them will be decreased rows. So I slip stitched into the elevation chain, and I'm going to chain 2. We have 4 front post double crochets across there, and we're going to reduce it down to 2. So we'll put our front post double crochets 2 together in these 2 stitches and these 2. We're down to 2 front post double crochets on the leaf. In the corner, we'll have 8 back post double crochets. Then in the corner space, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, 8 back post double crochets on the other side of the corner, and then let's continue around it, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. We're now going to do the last round, and it will also be a decrease round. So I joined with the slip stitch into the elevation chain, chain 2, continue around this round, and we'll have 9 back post double crochets, a regular corner, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, 9 back posts. All right, last round. We're going to make an invisible join. So I did a back post double crochet. That's the 9th one along this side, skipping that elevation chain. Cut my yarn, pull through the tail, and thread it with the yarn needle. And then we're going to skip the elevation chain, and we're going to skip the top of this last back post double crochet, and we will go into the front and back loops of this next chain, that next stitch, I should say. So all the way over to there, pull through, tug it tight a little bit, and then the second half of the invisible join is to go through the back loop only of the last double crochet we just did. And we can pull it tight, not tight, but snug anyway. And that's it. We got it done. It's knotted. Tie it off and leave in the ends. If you would like a PDF of this pattern, which includes photos, step-by-step directions, we'll have links to that pattern in the description. If you like this video, please like, subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment. Thanks so much.